Hi friends, today our topic is ROC curve and AUC. So this is a very interesting topic. Please watch this video till end. Then only you can able to understand the clearly about the ROC curve and AUC curve. Okay. So today topics is predict the probabilities and what is the ROC curve and what is the AUC and what is the precision ray curve which is also known as the PR curve, and when to use ROC curve and when to use the PR curve. So this is the today agenda. So what is the predicting probabilities? So in classification problem we may choose the predicted class values. So we have to choose the predicted class values. So to predict the probabilities for each class. So for each class means based on the problem statement, suppose it is a classification problem. So in classification problem it is the binary class. It is the binary class. So binary class means only two values may existed, either 0 or 1 or no or yes, female or male, like that. So we have to calculate the probabilities for each class. So this is our target variable. So in the target variable we have to calculate the probabilities for the each class. So for example, here based we have to consider the threshold value. Threshold value means suppose from 0 to 1, 0.5. So the values between this range we have to consider the class 0. So the probabilities values between this 0.5 to 1 we have to consider the class 1, like that. So these threshold values we have to choose based on the problem statement. So here the probability between the 0 to 0.49 we have to consider the one class, that is the class 0. The probabilities between the 0.5 to 1 we have to consider the class 1, class 1. Next, so if you see this example, in this example this actual value is nothing but the our target variable y. Okay, so our model the predict the probabilities for each class, so this is our actual value. So the model predict the probabilities for this class 0.79, for class 1 0.52, for 0 0.98, like that. Okay, suppose I am considering the threshold value 0.5. So here the probability value 0.79 is greater than this 0.5. So means we are considering the 0 to 1 between 0.5. So the probability values between this range we have to consider the class 1. Between this range 0 to 0.5 we have to consider the class 0. So here this is 0.79. 0.79 means here the value. So we have to consider the class 1. See, this is the class 1. So here 0.52 greater than 0.5. 1. This is greater than 0.5. Like that, this value, this value, this value up to here, these are all ones. These are all ones. So here 0.2 is 0.5, means the probability value is in between this range, means this is the class 0. So here also be 0.4, 0.3. So this is the this is the threshold value, probability target variable value 0, 0, and this value is greater than 0.5. That's why this is value 1. So like that, the threshold value is 0.6, what happened? So here 0.79 greater than 0.79 greater than 0.6. So means this is true, that's why this is considered the class 1. Here 0.52 is greater than 0.6, means this is the 0. So like that. So here also be same thing. So when the threshold value, I am considering the 0.8. Though threshold values we have to choose depends upon our problem statement. If here I am considering some matrix, so here actual values, in this actual values, and this is the, when if the threshold value 0.5, this is the values. If you compare these values 0 to 0, here number of 0 to 0 is 2, it be considered as a true negative. So 0 to 1 considered as a 4, 1 0 1 1 1 3. If you compare these values here and this threshold 0.5, so this is the values you will get. So based on these values we calculate the precision, recall, F1 score, specificity, false positive rate. This is the values. And accuracy is 0.5. So when the threshold value is 0.5, the accuracy will be 0.5. Similarly, when if you consider the threshold is 0.6, so these are the metrics. So at that moment, so this is the accuracy. When threshold value is 0.8, this is accuracy score. So the threshold value may be between 0 to 1. You can choose any value, depends upon the problem statement. So here the metrics are changed with the changing the threshold value. So whenever if you change the threshold value 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 like that, we can generate the different confusion matrices. So whenever the threshold value is changing, automatically the confusion matrix will be also be changed. And in this diagram we can able to compare the different values with corresponding to the different threshold values. So we have to discuss the ROC curve. So here ROC means receiver operating characteristic curve. So it is a useful tool when predicting the probabilities for a binary outcome. So binary outcome means two outcomes, either 0 or 1. So here ROC curve can help in deciding the best threshold value. So best threshold value for determining the ROC curve can help for deciding the best threshold value. So among the different threshold values. So this ROC curve is a probability curve. So this ROC is the curve of TPR and false positive FER. So TPR means true positive rate, FER means false positive rate. So this is the curve showing the performance of the classification models at different threshold values. So if you draw the curve to visualize the performance of the binary classification problem. So ROC curve should be used when there are roughly equal number of observations for each class. So means suppose in our data set is 100 rows. In 100 rows there are the two classes 0 and 1. For example, class 0 is about to 55, and this is about to 45, means it is roughly same values. So that is nothing but the balanced data. So when the target variable classes has the balanced, means roughly equal number of the observations for each class, at that moment we have to use the ROC curve. So if you see, this is the ROC curve. So in this ROC curve, this is the x-axis, we are considering false positive rate. On the y-axis, we are considering the true positive rate. So ROC curve is plotted, the TPR on y-axis and false positive rate on the x-axis. So a number of different thresholds value between the 0, 0 and 1. So the threshold value range between 0 to 1. For different threshold values, we will get different true positive rate and false positive rate. So in order to visualize the among the threshold, which threshold is the best suited for the classifier, best suited classifier. So we plot the ROC curve. So this is the ROC curve. This curve is the ROC curve. So initially here 0 and 1 and this is 1. So here we plot this ROC curve between the TPR and FPR. If you take TPR is nothing but the recall or the sensitivity. So what is the formula for the TPR? TPR means TP by TP plus Fn. So if you see the confusion matrix, so this is the confusion matrix. So here this is the negative, positive, negative, positive. So here I am considering the predicted values. So here I am considering the actual values. So here this is true negative, this is the false positive, false negative, and this is the true positive. So TPR means TP by TP plus Fn, like that. This is the formula. So here specificity. Specificity measures the proportion of negative classes that correctly predicted as negative. Means this is the formula for the specificity. Tn by Tn plus Fe. Means this is the actual values, negative, positive, and this is the negative, positive, and this can be considered as the predicted values. True negative, false negative, true positive, false positive. So specificity formula means Tn by Tn plus Fp. Tn plus Fp. And if you consider calculate the FPR, false positive rate. So false positive rate formula 1 minus specificity. 1 minus specificity. So one specificity formula Tn by Tn plus Fp. So if you calculate the Tn plus Fp minus Tn divided by Tn plus Fp, Tn cancel. So finally you got the Fp by Tn plus Fp. So this is the formula like this. So false positive rate we can also call the 1 minus specificity, or false positive rate by false positive by false positive plus true negative. So this TPR, it depends upon the true positive and false negative in the confusion matrix. Similarly, so TPR is also known as the sensitivity, and false positive rate means 1 minus specificity is depends upon the true negative and the false positive. So our aim is to increase the true positive rate, at the same time decrease the false positive rate. So it means in this graph, so this is the false positive rate, which is also known as 1 minus specificity. So here true positive rate. So this true positive rate should be maximize and increase, and the false positive rate should be minimized. So this is our goal. So what is this goal? So our goal is TPR should be increased and false positive rate should be decreased. So this is our goal. But as we can see ROC curve, the TPR is increasing, at the same time FPR is also increasing. So in this graph, in generally TPR is also increasing from 0 to 1, and here from false positive rate on the x-axis is also be increasing. But our aim is we have to increase the true positive rate, at the same time decrease the false positive rate. So ROC curve gives an overview of the model performance at the different thresholds, different threshold values. So ROC curve of different models can be compared for different thresholds. Suppose if you see in this graph, here this is one model and B is another model. So they are the two models. So model A, on the same data, if you apply the model A, this is the curve, and B is the another model. So on the same data set, you have applied the two models for comparison of the two different classification models. With the help of the ROC curve, we can easily identify which model is about to best model. So if you observe, if you compare the here two models A and B, model A is better classifier. If you see ROC curve of a random classifier versus the perfect classifier. So here ROC curve of a random classifier with the random performance level always shown as the straight line. So this is the straight line. This is the straight line. This straight line is nothing but the random classifier. So this random classifier is considered as the baseline. This straight line means is the random classifier. It be considered as the baseline for measuring the performance of the model, performance of the classifier. If here there are two areas, so this is area 1 and this is area 2. The two areas which are separated by this straight line. The area which is in the one side is nothing but this area can be considered as the good model, and this area means below the line is considered as the poor model. So this is the ROC curve of the random classifier. Here this is the ROC curve of the perfect classifier. Perfect classifier means, so here this is initially 0, and this is the 1, this is 0 and this is the 1. So when the model B, this is the perfect classifier, means here 0, here sorry this is 1. So when the model is be drawn like this, means this is the perfect model, means the model is above the line, this is the baseline. So this dotted line is nothing but the random classifier and this is the baseline. So top of the baseline be considered the good model, and especially that model is reach this value, means so true positive rate value is 1 and false positive rate is equal to 0. So at that moment, so this is the perfect classifier. Perfect classifier. If you see AUC means area under the curve. So AUC measures the entire two-dimensional area under the ROC curve. So ROC curve from 0, 0 to 1. So ROC, this AUC value can be considered between 0 to 1. So the AUC value, AUC means area under the curve. It measures the ability of the classifier to distinguish between the classes. If it is binary class, means for the between these two classes we have to discrimination for identifying. So with the help of the AUC curve, we can able to identify the how much of a area is be spreaded. Means here this AUC is basically aggregate of the performance of the model of all thresholds. So all thresholds means number of thresholds can be existed between this. So if you see, this is the graph. So this is the baseline. So here this is the false positive rate, and this is the true positive rate. So here there is one threshold, and there is one threshold. This is one threshold. So this is one threshold. This is one threshold. So this is the so many thresholds are existed. With the help of the ROC curve, we can able to identify a classifier performance of the model. So the best possible value for AUC is 1, which indicates the perfect classifier. If the AUC value is 0, so this is the predictions are wrong. So if is the classifier, so this is the one classifier, this is model A, model 1. With the model 1, AUC score is 0.8, and model 2, so AUC score is 0.6. So based on this model AUC scores, we can able to identify best model. So how to speculate the performance of the model? Okay, so here AUC range between the 0 to 1, So a model whose predictions are about 100% are correct, which means it has the value is 1. So means that it is a good measure of the separability, means it is an excellent model. So when AUC value is equal to 1, that is the excellent model. A poor model has AUC is near to 0, means AUC value is 0, that is the poor model. So means that is the worst model. If AUC value is 0.5, it is this model has no class separation capacity whatever. If you see this diagram, you can clearly understand. Here in this diagram, this red line, this is the red distribution curve, this is the red distribution curve, this is the green distribution curve. So means red distribution can be considered as the, for example, patient with the disease, and here be considered as the patient with no disease. This is the no disease. Okay, suppose in this figure, this is the figure, in this figure this is the threshold value at 0.5, the threshold value is 0.5. So here this is the true positive means patient with the disease, true negative means patient does not have the disease. So here when it is clearly separate the values, positive classes as positive, negative classes as negative. So at that moment, so AUC value is 1, so area under the curve is 1. So at that moment, so this value can be like this. So here this value will be 0, 0. So here the value will be 0 comma 1, means this value is the false positive rate and this one is nothing but the true positive rate. So here when it will be perfect classifier means when the AUC is 1. So when it will be AUC when it is the TPR is equal to 1, false positive rate is equal to 0. So at that moment this is the perfect classifier. So means this is the ideal situation. This diagram is the ideal situation. So in this two curves, so this red curve and this green curve does not overlap each other. So means this model is separatable, clearly separatable true negatives and true positives. So means it is the perfectly distinguished between the positive classes and the negative classes. If you see this diagram, so in this diagram there will be overlap. So overlap can be taken in these distributions. So here FP and Fn, these are the errors. So FP means wrongly predicted, FP, Fn are wrongly predicted. Actually this is the true positive, but here the false positive, means FP is nothing but the type 1 error and false negative is the type 2 error. So these two errors are taken when threshold value is 0.5. So at that moment, so AUC score is the 0.7. So that's why this curve is be plotted like this. So here depending upon the thresholds, so maybe here the thresholds can be maximized or minimized depends upon our requirement and problem statement. Suppose here AUC score is 0.5. AUC score is 0.5 means this is the curve. So this is the random classifier. When it is AUC score is 0.5 means this is the random classifier. So here there is no discrimination. No discrimination capacity to distinguish between positive and negative classes. When it is the AUC score is 0, so means our model will be 1 comma, this is the 1 0 1 comma 1, means AUC score is 0 means that, so it is the model is the reciprocating, model is the reciprocating the classes, means that true positives can be considered as the true negatives and the true negative can be considered the true positive. Actually here true positive but multiplied as the true negative. Actually here true negative but multiplied as true positive, means reciprocating the classes, means that AUC is 0, if it is positive can be considered the predicted as negative. If it is negative, predicted as the positive. Why AUC score is the 0. So if you see our AUC score is AUC score and the level of the matrix. If the AUC score is the more than 0.9, that AUC range between 0 to 1. So means the value 90 above, that is outstanding the model. The AUC score is the between 0.8 to 0.9, that is the excellent model. If it is 0.7 to 0.8, that is the acceptable model. If it is 0.5, that is the random classifier, means no discrimination. If it is the AUC score is 0, this is the worst model. Worst model. So here there are the four important points I am explaining here. This is the x-axis, consider the false positive rate, and this y-axis, consider the true positive rate. So initially 0, 0, 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 0 0.8, 1, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 and 0.8 and 1. So this is the random classifier. So this is the ROC curve. So suppose the here point, so I will explain clearly. So on x-axis I am considering the false positive rate, which is also known as the 1 minus specificity, 1 minus specificity, and this is the y-axis, true positive rate. So what is the formula for TPR? TP by TP plus Fn. If you see this confused matrix, this is the actual values and this is the predicted values. This is the negative, positive, negative, positive. This is true negative, true positive, false positive and false negative. So here TPR means TP by TP plus Fn, and false positive rate. False positive rate means Fp by Fp plus Tn. So here I am considering the values 0, 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 0 0.8, 1, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1. So I am considering this is the point A, this is the point B, point C, this is the point D. So here point A 0 0, point B I am considering as the 0 1, 0 1, point C 1 1, and point D 1 comma 1 comma 0. Means here A is equal to 0 comma 0. So what does that mean? Means this is the false positive rate and the true positive rate. So both are same, both are 0. So when both are 0, so it represents the classifier. Classifier means model. So there is no positive classes. So here there is no positive classification. There is no positive classification. All negative samples are correctly classified. Why? Because so here false positive FPR is 0, TPR is 0. So both are 0. But good model. So good model means 0 comma 1. So here in false positive rate FPR is 0. FP means FP by Tn. Fp by Fp plus Tn. So in this confusion matrix, this is the actual negative values and this is the actual positive classes. So n means actual negative, total negative, Tn plus Fp. Positive means Fn plus Tp. So in at point A 0 0 means there is no positive classification, all negative samples are correctly classified. If point B means this is the point B, this is the point B 0 comma 1. So 0 comma 1. So what does that mean? So here false positive rate is 0, true positive rate 1, TPR 1. So means this is the, it represents a classifier where all positive and negative samples are correctly classified. All positive and negative samples correctly classified. All positive and negative samples are correctly classified by the model. Whenever this value is equal to 1, 0, 1, so here means it is the meaning. So B is equal to 0 comma 1, this is the ideal situation. At that moment, at that place, the classifier is correctly classified all positives as the positives and negative samples. So this point 0 comma 1, it represents the perfect classification. This is the perfect classification. If it is point C on the top right corner, this is the top right corner, this is the top left corner. So top left corner point B is equal to 0 comma 1, perfectly classified, and the top right corner point C 1 comma 1, this is the classifier where all positive samples are correctly classified. All positive samples are correctly classified, but negative samples are not classified. So this is the all positive samples correctly classified, negative samples misclassified. Here negative samples are the correctly classified, positive samples are not classified. Here positive samples are correctly classified. Why? Because TPR is 1. So when TPR is equal to 1, positive samples are correctly classified. Here positive samples are correctly classified, at the same time there is no here positive samples and negative samples are correctly classified. Why? Because, so what is our aim? Our aim is the AUC score should be 1 when FPR should be minimum and TPR should be maximum. When FPR should be minimum and TPR should be maximum, so that is the perfect classifier. Here FPR minimum and TPR is also be minimum. So FPR minimum, that's why there is no positive classification, all negative samples are correctly classified. Here all positive samples are correctly classified, there is negative samples are misclassified. So in this example 1 comma 0, so 1 comma 0, it represents the all positive samples and negative samples are misclassified. Misclassified means positive and negative all. So this is the opposite of this one. So here all positives and negative samples are correctly classified. Here all positives and negative samples are misclassified. Here point A is represent the all negative samples are correctly classified. In point A, all negative samples are correctly classified. Here all positive samples are the correctly classified. Negative samples misclassified. Here positive samples are misclassified. So there is the main difference among the 4 different points. That's why A perfect classification performance is given the curve which raises the, this is the perfect classifier 0 0 0 1 1 1. So here perfect classifier. Next, precision recall curve. So precision recall curve should be used when there is a imbalance. So when there is imbalance means in the target variable out of 100 rows, 90 rows class 0, 10 rows class 1. So this is the imbalance classification, imbalance data set. So when it is class are imbalanced, at that moment we are supposed to use the precision recall curve. So this curve shows the trade-off between the precision and recall, precision and recall for the different thresholds. A high area under the curve, it represents the both high recall and high precision, where high precision relates to the low false positive rate, low false positive rate, and high recall, it relates to the low false negative rate. So means high score for the both means precision recall, it shows the accurate results. So accurate results when it is give high precision as well as return the majority of the all positive classes means high recall. If you see a PR curve, so precision recall curve will be looking like this. So 0 1 1 0. So here on x-axis we are considered the recall, on y-axis we are considered the precision, and this is the threshold value like this. So here this PR curve, so PR curve nothing but the precision recall curve is simply a graph with the precision values on y-axis and the recall on the x-axis. So precision formula PR is equal to precision TP by TP plus FP, and recall is equal to TP by TP plus Fn. So this PR curve is focused mainly on the performance of the positive classes. This PR curve means this precision curve mainly focusing on the positive classes, which is a crucial when dealing with the imbalanced data set. So when the target variable is the imbalance, so at that moment we are supposed to use the precision recall curve. So in this space our goal is to be this one. Our goal is to be top right hand side corner 1 comma 1, which means we classified the all positives as positives, and everything we have to classify the positives. Means for example, if you see the confusion matrix, true negative, false negative, true positive, false positive, this is negative positive, this is the predicted values, and this is the actual values negative and predicted. So here these are all are negatives, actual negatives, and this is the actual positives. So actual negatives means Tn plus Fp, and actual positive means Fn plus Tp. So here the dotted line is the nothing but the no skill classifier. No skill classifier means we can consider as a base classifier. So it always predict the minority classes, means it is always predicted as the positive classes. So there is a trade-off between the precision and recall is determined by the threshold values. So it is like ROC curve. In this PR curve is also be there is a threshold value. So this is the threshold values determine the precision between the precision and recall, that separates the positive classes from the negative classes. If you see the practical section, so when to use the ROC curve and precision recall curve. So ROC curve should be used when there is a equal number of classes, means balanced data ROC curve, imbalanced data precision recall curve. If you see this example, so here I am executing here. I am considering one simple data set. So that data set is the diabetes data set. So if you see the diabetes data set shape is the 768 rows and 9 columns. If you see the data set, so this is the data set. So here our target variable is the outcome. So here rest of these things are the these 8 features are the considered input features. So in the target variable only 1 and 0 means only binary class, and in the binary class the number of zeros is 500 instances and number of ones is 268, means it is the not exactly we can say. So means for class 0 65% and class 1 34%, but it can be considered roughly it is a balance. So I am dividing the x and y and split my data with 80 to 20%. Here I am build the one simple model, that is the logistic regression. So here confusion matrix. The confusion matrix means this is the confusion matrix. In the confusion matrix, this is the true negative, and this is the false positive, false negative, and this is the true positive, means 98, 9, 29, 18, means that this is the true negative, false positive, true positive, and the false negative. This is the negative positive, this is the predicted values, and this is the actual values. This is negative positive. Okay. So from we calculate the confusion matrix, and the TPR means the true positive rate, means it is also known as the recall or sensitivity. It measures the proportion of the actual positives that are correctly identified. So this is the formula TP by TP plus Fn.
If you substitute these values, you will get the 0.61. This is the true positive rate, and similarly this is the false positive rate. False positive rate formula Fp by Fp plus Tn. If you see this is the accuracy of the model, means 0.82, means 82%. And this is the classification report. In the classification, already in my previous lecture already discussed about the all metrics. So in this lecture I am not detailedly explain about these values, but comparison purpose I am showing here. So here there is a binary class 0 and 1, and this is the accuracy. See, in this accuracy, this is the 82.46, and this is my AUC value. See, so this is my 0.766 values, 0.766. Okay, so here if you observe here, my probability greater than threshold. So by default, this evaluation matrix means confusion matrix, and TPR, FER and AUC. So these are evaluation matrix. By default, the threshold value 0.5. So here the probability is greater than threshold. Threshold means that is the 0.5. So this is the probability value. The probability value, for example, 0.98 is greater than 0.5. We are considered the 1. Otherwise, we are considered the 0. Means, for example, here 1, 0, 1, 1. This is our actual values, and model predicted probability 0.98, 0.72, 0.2, 0.3. So here this is the probability greater than threshold. By threshold by 0.5 by default. So means 0.98 is greater than 0.5, means consider the 1, 1, 0, 0. Suppose I am choose the threshold value maybe 0.8. So at that moment 0.98 greater than 0.81. So 0.72 greater than 0.8. So sorry, 0.70 is less than 0. That's why here 0, 0, 0. See. So when the threshold is changing, automatically the values are changed. So automatically values may be changing, depends upon your. So here I am using the predict probability function that estimate the probabilities for the negative and positive classes. So we have to select the only probabilities for the positive classes only. So that's why we are take here LR is nothing but our model. See, this is our model. So here using the logistic regression. So logistic regression, this is our object of the model LR. So LR dot predict underscore probability prob, this is the method. We are passing the x-test values. In this value we are choosing only positive classes. So we have to reshape it one. If you see, this is the product, this is the probability values. So this is our predicted probability. If suppose I am put the probability, I am here, I am set the threshold value is 0.3. So for that purpose we are using this library. From sklearn pre-processing, import the binaries, and here we are passing the y-pred probabilities. So this probability values, what are we are getting in the cell number 25. So these values, these all values we are passing, comparing here y-pred probabilities, and we are comparing the 0.3. Here my threshold value I set manually 0.3. If you see this value 0.96 is greater than 0.3, that's why this value will be 1. If it is 0.17 greater than less than 0, 0.1, 0. That's why these two values will be 0, 0 here, 0 and 0, and this value will be 1. Why? Because 1. If you see here, this threshold is greater than probability. Probability value is greater than the threshold value. If we execute these values, so automatically the confusion matrix value will be changed and accuracy is also be changed, and this is the accuracy and this is the AURVC 0.78. If you see, I am executing again, clear the output and restart the kernel again. I will show the difference. So this is the confusion matrix, is the values of the default threshold value 0.5. So if you note it, so this is the confusion matrix what we got. This is the by default values of the confusion matrix classification report AURVC. Suppose here I am giving the threshold value 0.5. I am 0.5 set the threshold value 0.5. I am executing here. If you see here, see, when I set the manually 0.5, when I set here threshold value 0.5 manually, so here we are comparing the values. I will show you. If you see here, AURVC score 0.76, accuracy 0.82, and the confusion matrix is the 98, 9, 18, 29. This is the values when we set the threshold value by manually 0.5, and this is the AUR score by default confusion matrix values. This is the default confusion matrix value. So here 98, 9, 18, 29. This is the default. By default, the confusion threshold value will be 0.5. 0.8 is the accuracy. 0.76 is the. So if you execute this curve, see, this is the curve. So in this curve, TPR on y-axis, here on x-axis, here on x-axis is the false positive rate, which means 1 minus specificity. On y-axis it is the true positive rate. So this dashed line is the based random classifier, and this curve is the logistic regression model with AUC score is 0.76, means this value is the area under curve. So this is the curve. If you see, this is the curve. This is nothing but the total area under the curve. When this is the baseline, this is the if ROS curve is like that, this is the good model. If is the your model is like this is the worst model. Here I am changing the value again, threshold value. If I put the threshold value is 0.3, the values will be changed. See here, the threshold value is 0.96 is greater than 0.3, that's why is value 1. Threshold value is 0.170 is less than the 0.3, that's why this value is 0. So automatically the confusion matrix is changed and accuracy is also be changed. Classification report was changed and accuracy is also be changed. So if it is medical kind of problems like heart disease prediction, liver disease prediction, so at that moment, so we supposed to concentrate on the false negative. So if it is email spam classification problems, we have to consider the false positive, means there is a type 1 error. So depends upon the problem statement, we have to choose the threshold values. So threshold values decided by the threshold we have to trial and error. We have to check the change the threshold values. We have to compare this accuracies and precision recall. So if you see the precision recall curve, so this is the precision recall curve. This is for imbalanced classification. So this is focus on the TPR curve on the minority classes, make the effective diagnostic imbalanced binary classification. So here precision recall curve is the also known as the PR curve. Is precision is an y-axis, recall is an x-axis. If you execute here, I am taking the same data set, but even I am taking the roughly balanced data, but let's see how the graph will be looks like. Here also I am considering the logistic regression model. See here precision recall curve, here will be like this. This is the random classifier, means we used to call the no skill, means there is no this is considered the basic random classifier. So this is the PR curve. So when it is the, so here y-axis is the precision and x-axis is the recall. So recall on x-axis, precision on the y-axis. So here this is the baseline. So this is value is less than 0.4, means it is approximately 0.3 something. So this is the curve given by the logistic regression model. So the precision recall curve for the logistic regression model is shown in orange with dots. So the orange with the orange curve is the logistic regression model. So a random or baseline classifier is the horizontal line with blue with dashes. So this is the horizontal. So a model with perfect scale depends upon the point at the coordinate 1 1. So this is the point at coordinate 1 1, right top right corner. So a skyfall model represented by the curve towards the coordinate 1 comma 1. So here towards the coordinate 1 comma 1 means, so this is the point 1 comma 1 means precision is 1 and recall is 1. So at that time only we have to consider the best PR curve. If it is an ROC curve like this 0 comma 1, so 0 1 this is the false positive rate minimize, true positive rate must be maximize, then only this is the best model in ROC curve. In PR curve 1 comma 1 means precision should be 1, recall should be 1. If you see the ROC score 0.79, 0.719 for this orange color logical regression AUROC, and this is the 0.451 for this blue dotted value. So this is the PR curve, and this is the some references. If you like this video, you can share it and subscribe my YouTube channel, and if you have any doubts, please make it comment, and please watch this video till end, and then only you can able to understand clearly. Thank you.